what we're like with baby Paul, the whole nursery thing, like...
But you know, by sending him nursery is going to help him out in the long run with school. Like, massively.
Obviously, Paul's turning 3 this year, so I feel like for her, it's time to start thinking about sending him to nursery.
I just think it's really important that he goes before he starts school. Because at one point, I didn't think you were going to send him at all.
Yeah. Paul doesn't want to, do you, darling?
I just personally would rather have him indoors. I like to have him at home with us.
Yeah.
Like, that's just me. Even if you was to be like, oh, 2 days a week, you've got to do this with him. I would rather go and do it with him, horse riding or football class or whatever it might be, something that in the long run is going to be beneficial for him.
We feel that with Nelly, it brought them on though.
Because of the interaction with the other kids, and not even other kids,
No,
but other
also,
adults as well,
like,
not just mum and dad.
It's putting him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I know that initial feeling is hard, but I do think it does them good.
I couldn't imagine sending Nelly to school without her having some kind of nursery or somewhere where she was away from me. That would be really throwing them into the deep end. And that's my point to Samantha. I feel like it's getting them to know that you can drop them somewhere, they can be somewhere, and you pick them up.
I know at some point that he's going to have to go to a preschool. I know that.
Like, it's depending on your situation, but as we're fortunate enough to work from home, that I can have him with us every day, or with me. Even when you're out, he stays with me, or I take it, like, he's with me all the time. So, like, for me to put him in nursery now, it would literally be like chopping my arm off, because he's with me constantly.
But he's going to have to go to school, so I'm going to let him go.
But I didn't go nursery before I went to school. I went in the first day, I walked in, I cried, I remember it. My mum was at the door, waving by, and I was like, I turned in.
Yeah, but you might have cried because you didn't go preschool or nursery.
Up until now, I haven't been ready. Now I think, yeah, like I think you'd really, really, really enjoy it.
He would.
When he does go to school and he's 4, I would have wanted him to have a little bit of an experience of being in a routine and being in a classroom with other children. You get that, don't you?
Yeah, I get it, and I don't think there's no wrong or right answer to it. I just feel like it's obviously different in opinions.
You're not being selfish, but in a way you are, because that's what you want. But I think actually he would love to mix with other children.
Well, he's around us and he's learning from like adults. We're sensible, we're indoors, we're doing well for ourselves. So that's an education in itself.
What about being around other kids and being told what to do by other people?
He's not missing out on anything.
As a parent, you might think, oh, I want them with me and I want them to be... But it can be almost a little bit selfish because actually they might really enjoy playing with other kids, doing other things. And I think it's healthy to push them out of their comfort zone a little bit.
I'd rather be around him than send him to nursery because I do really want to be there, do you know what I mean? I really want to put my input in and give my all, like being a dad. Like, it's a massive thing for me, like, it's a real...
Yeah.
I really want to, like, give my all.
So you're not going to send him nursery next year, or you are?
As a partnership, like we've got to agree on agree, yeah.
Because I feel like when he goes to school, it's going to be like the biggest shock of his life. But obviously you're his parents, Tori. It's just my opinion.